Hello. I thought that I would share with you how I trim my brows because I haven't done it in a little while, and I know people were asking. A little bit of background. I don't know when the last time that I actually plucked my brows was, but you can probably see got some stragglers here. They're not too bad if I like fluff them up a little bit. We got some sparse areas. I am not a particularly hairy person, and I am also a natural dark blonde, so I don't have like that much to worry about, you know what I mean? I don't really do that much plucking. I personally think that like, let the brows grow, you know? Like I'm all for fluffy brows. So basically all I really like to do is just kind of like, you know, trim up a little bit, but I understand that it can be like very difficult to find the shape that you prefer. So if you've seen my other brow videos, like brow tutorials, then you know that I like to kind of straighten out my shape. I don't like to accentuate my arch too much because I think it can make my face look a little bit angry. So the first thing that I'm gonna do is, this is just like a little, this is actually for lashes, I think, a little lash grooming situation, but it's just a spoolie from Velour. I'm just gonna brush them up so that I can kind of see what I'm working with here. Okay, so if I'm looking, if I'm looking to the side, it's because I'm looking in my monitor because it's so much better than looking in a mirror. So I suggest that everybody starts a YouTube channel so that they can like really break down their face. Anyway, so this eyebrow is a little bit more straight and the tail goes down a little bit more, I think. And then this guy is a lot more arched. So you can see that it like goes at more of an angle, comes up to this arch, and then it kind of like goes out a little more straight at the tail. So I'm gonna try to even those out. The way that I do that, and I actually picked this tip up from Jaclyn Hill like forever ago, is by using a pencil, any color, doesn't have to be an eyebrow pencil. You could literally use, I was gonna say a magic marker, don't do that. I mean, you could, because I think they're like kid safe. But anyway, you could use anything. You could use like a regular black eyeliner. Basically what I'm gonna do is sketch out my brows the way that I want the shape to be, and then I'm just gonna clean up whatever's on the outside. It's a great idea. No, sometimes I use that. I'm trying to find a brow pencil that I like don't really use. So I have this Sigma brow pencil in the shade medium, which I think is kind of like a dark reddish brown. So this is perfect. This guy. So what all I'm gonna do is sketch out my brows the way that I typically would and try to even them as much as possible. So I like to start with this brow because I thoroughly enjoy the shape of it, and this is what I want to be the thing. So I don't have to fill in anything. I'm just gonna try to like, you know, sketch out the way that I want. So you might want to do this on like a, I don't know, an evening when you're bored, because we're literally just gonna wipe this off. Okay, so that's pretty much the shape that I enjoy for my brows. I also don't like to take anything further than like here. So I'm just gonna do that. So I'm just kind of blocking it off to see like, you know, a little bit of a guide. Now I just want to match this. This brow comes down a little bit lower, I think. I don't want to get rid of anything there. Now you can see this goes up a little bit higher, so I'm going to try to match the tail. Remember, when you're trying to get things even, you should always be stepping back and looking at your work, because if you're all up in the mirror, you're not going to really be able to tell like what you're doing. Then you could end up like just over plucking or not getting things perfect. So it actually comes down a little further, which is kind of surprising. I didn't realize that. I think I've kind of always, I need to fix that. This looks so crazy. And then I'm just going to take this like below that arch. So I like to kind of just like round them out a little bit. I feel like that's kind of close. And then same deal, it's like kind of just lining it up with like the corner of my eye. I guess it comes in like maybe a little bit more, but like nothing further than that. I don't really touch the top of my brow, so I'm not even really gonna worry about that. But like I wanna get rid of, you know, this shit down here. All right, that's about as close as I'm gonna get it. I realize this looks crazy. We're literally just gonna wipe it right off. Now, tweezers, super important. These are the best tweezers. I've used a lot of I've used a lot of tweezers. These are the best ones. They're by Japanesque, and they are so precise. Like just super tiny and super sharp and easy to grab like super fine hairs, because I have very fine hairs. They're not thick and they can be very difficult to grab. So now we're just gonna go in and do some plucking. Now, like I said, I do like to use these lines as more of a guide. So I don't necessarily, you know, get rid of absolutely everything that's like along that line, because I do prefer like fuller brows. So I'm mostly just trying to see like, you know, where the most hair is, the most like out of place. But I don't mind seeing these little hairs that are just kind of like poking out, you know? It makes brows look a little bit more natural, I think. I don't know why this little spot comes down so much. For some reason, I always forget to pluck it, or it like grows back really fast or something. I don't know why. Ow! I took a whole chunk. Honestly, I don't usually do this, but I might just remove this top guy right here because he really intensifies that arch. And I always try to like tone it down. Just that. That's it. I don't want to make it like too much, you know? Let's look at this shit up close. All right, now, just use my little reusable makeup remover things and a little bit of makeup remover. I'm gonna take this shit off. I just realized I didn't show you how I trim them. Fuck. I don't really trim them that much. They don't really grow like super long, and again, I kind of like to hold on to the length. So I'll just brush them up with a spoolie real quick. Just kind of like that. Because like this stuff, when I go in with my soap, you know, I don't want that to be like too fluffy and have me looking like an old man, especially since I straighten out my brows already. Like you can see those guys go out a little bit, a lot. I don't know who these scissors are by. I want to say Japanesque once again, because I feel like they gave me all of these little scissors that I have. These are really nice though, so I'll try to find them and link them down below. They're nice and sharp. And they're like specifically for brow trimming, I believe. Japanesque like tools, fantastic. I also think that I have some by House of Lashes. Anyway, so all I'm gonna do, sometimes I just like literally do it with my finger. Just kind of like brush these up, and I just take the top, just get the top off. Not too close. Just like that. Literally hardly touched anything. I just don't want them to be like too long, you know? And then on this side, I feel like I trim even less, because you can see like I have more, they tend to grow down, and I do like to push them upward. And so I need a little bit more of that length to kind of like fill in that area. So I kind of just will focus it in like right in the front. Maybe just like right there. But yeah, I think that's all I'm gonna do. Because this guy needs a little bit more help. He's a little bald. That's it. So easy. So obviously, if you're having trouble figuring out your shape, then do that little trick that I just showed you that I learned from Jaclyn Hill. You just go in and like fill them in, and you can like step back and just literally block them out, you know, and you'll look crazy, but it doesn't matter because we're not going anywhere. You're just trimming up around. So that's a great little tip. That's it. Hope this was helpful. I'll see you next time. I keep forgetting I have a coffee.